Now we are ready for the evening event. And as most of you may have witnessed, we have a severe lack of female entrepreneurs on stage so far. I think of all the people pitching on stage, we just had male entrepreneurs. And this is something that we definitely want to change. And hence, it's an even greater pleasure to now welcome our host of the evening event. She's a serial entrepreneur herself. She is founder of the Apolitical platform, working with international servants in more than 170 countries. She is used to be on stages like the World Economic Forum. She is a Native American, living since 8 years in Germany. And actually, she is quite used being on stage and having her name called out loud, because as a child, she used to always get lost in supermarkets, which is why her parents have repeatedly called her out via the loudspeakers. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to have Lisa Witter on stage with us.
Yeah, Alex, don't leave me. I have some questions for you. Thanks, everyone, for filling in, too. We're going to make this pretty informal tonight and even fun between you and the drinks and dinner. Alex, this is the 10th anniversary of the HighTech Startbahn. We're here at this event. Can you give us just a quick history lesson? How did we get here in the last 10 years? Why and who helped you?
Thank you. Yes, so we started 10 years ago, so it's a kind of informal anniversary celebration of our organization, the HTSB. We started back then as a spin-off at the university, as a startup ourselves. So actually, we consider it as a success that we still exist, which as a startup is not given and granted. We started back then as a regional player, focusing on working with startups here in the ecosystem, actually built an ecosystem for high-tech startups, for companies like yours. And over the years, it's grown ever more, and now we are considered a pleasure to have internationals here, not only at the HighTech Venture Days event, but also working with international startups and corporates and VCs on a regular basis.
And this is just one of the crown jewels. By the way, when I asked Alex what his job was, he gave me some title, but really he said he does Tinder for startups. So swipe left with investors, right for startups. Is that true? You're the Tinder Meister.
Yes, we are all active as kind of Tinders at the HTSB. So what our focus is really connecting the right people, connecting startups like yours with corporates and the VCs. And this is now our day-to-day business.
So I know as an entrepreneur, there are those people early days who really believe in you and say, hey, this is a really good idea. When your idea is disruptive or new or no one believes in you, who are those people for you all? Who were there from the beginning?
So we definitely have to say a big thank you to the public institutions here in the Free State of Saxony. The city of Dresden has been supporting us right from the beginning, when we had nothing but some ideas on scratch and a paper. So this helped us tremendously. We have Barbara Meyer with us, with the Saxony Ministry for Economic Affairs, also being a great support. And without them, HighTech Venture Days would not have been possible. So thank you.
Yeah, congratulations. 10 years. Thanks, Alex. We're gonna take you on a little time warp during our panel, because we're gonna talk about what the world might look like 10 years in the future. And when I asked Günter Wobser, the CEO of Lauda, who's about to give a keynote, what will the world look like in the future, he said to me, oh God, I don't know. As an entrepreneur, I'm just dealing with the thing that comes the next day. So I know that many of us are, but also in government, we need to plan, right? We need to plan for the future. So I'm gonna ask you, when we get to the panel part, we're gonna do some raising of hands and get you engaged. So we're gonna make this quite fun. But if I can invite Günter up to the stage. Günter, where did you go? There he is. Come on up. I'll move over here. He is going to tell us something about his bio and background. Entrepreneurs don't just show up. There's something about their background or life that makes them that way. You're going to share why that is. But you have some big news. Like in the last week, you had a book come out. Is that true?
It was yesterday.
Your book came out yesterday. Round of applause for your book.
Thank you.
Since I could be your PR person, what is it called and where can people get it? This is what Americans are good at, selling things. Yeah.
It's just in German. It's called Neu erfinden, which means to invent yourself, but also to invent other things a new way. and can be bought everywhere, actually, even on Amazon.
Even on Amazon.
Yeah.
But you should support your local bookstore, probably,
That's
right?
true. It's in Berlin, actually. Beju Books, a brand new bookstore in Berlin Mitte.
Oh, fantastic. So before we get to your keynote, what's something in your background that isn't obvious in your bio that's really shaped you as an entrepreneur?
Yeah, I mean, that made me think a bit. When at high school days, I used to work as a DJ. And maybe you don't believe it, but it's
come on,
true.
the glasses are cool, right? He
The
looks
glasses
cool.
are cool, yeah. And yeah, I liked it, to entertain the crowd and to keep the rhythm, keep the mood. Maybe that helps me a bit to run a company in these days.
Well, keep the rhythm and mood of these guys. We have a
Absolutely.
keynote. Let's hear what you learned in your
Thank you
times
so
in the US and
much.
beyond. Yeah.